Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. You're with your boy, Ezra. Saturday night, loud horse enough, and what do you know? We got no kings. We got fight the oligarchy. Huh? We got all kinds of hypocrisy running around. We're going to dive into it and expose it all tonight, right after this.
This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. That's right. We are not experts, therapists, financial advisors, relationship gurus, or parenting coaches. We are, however, enthusiastic amateurs with microphones and too much free time. Anything you hear on the show should absolutely not be used to make life decisions. That includes, but is not limited to, money moves, marriage vows, breakups, makeups, child-rearing strategies, or any situation where logic and responsibility are typically required. We are a comical and satirical show, so if you're taking us seriously, you may already be part of the problem. Now that we've legally covered our behinds, let's get into it.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody finds this Saturday night well. Hope everybody's safe and warm and fed and loved and toasty. But welcome back. My co-host Jonathan's under the weather tonight, so it's going to be an absolute free-for-all grab bag, mixed bag of nuts. That you guys want to come on the show, I'll send you a link. You hop on. We'll talk shit. We'll cover whatever you want. You guys get in the comments and blurt out whatever you want. It's a Saturday night free-for-all. Just appreciate y'all showing up. So, yeah, we'll get into whatever you want tonight. Again, my co-host is out. You want to hop in? Drop in the comments. Say, hey, Ez, I want to get on the show. All right, I'll send you a link. Come on. We'll talk shit together. We'll cover whatever you want. Whatever you want to get into, let me know. I'll look into it. We'll pop it up on the screen, all that good stuff. But, just to get the show started, I'm, after dinner, I'm setting up. I'm in my office and I'm scrolling through Twitter and it's like, no kings. I didn't know there was a no kings rally today. We're not done with that dumb shit yet. I guess not. I'm telling you, the Americans, they're under a spell. A spell of like bullshit and lies. No kings. Yeah, no shit, no kings. No, who's a king? Nobody's a king. Knock it off. Stop with the dumb shit. It's time to wake up, or it's gonna be too late. Yeah, no shit, no kings. Then Bernie Sanders is on Twitter. Fight the oligarchy. What are you talking about, bitch? You are the oligarchy. What the fuck are you talking about? Nobody in Congress should be preaching to us about fighting oligarchy. Knock it off. You are the oligarchy, dumbasses. That's how stupid they think we are. I can't equate this enough with that's how dumb they think we are. Fight the oligarchy. Oh, so fight you then? Yeah. Tax the rich. So tax your ass? Okay. We will. No, you tax the poor. You're all up in our damn business. Bear with me 1 second here, folks. Bear with me 1 second here. I have a gain hungry microphone that it's inconsistent between using OBS and then using StreamYard, so I kind of have to mess with the levels a little bit here and there. But yeah, hopefully I'm at a good volume. I hope. I hope I'm not clipping. I hope I'm not too loud. If you guys are in the chat, if I'm clipping or I'm too damn loud, let me know. But yeah, I can't take it anymore. This might just be a carryover, a spillover from last night's show. I can't anymore with the dumb shit. Like, I guess it's kind of like one of those things where, like, I guess once you see it, you can't unsee it. All the bullshit. Oh God, look at ABL. Come on, Uncle ABL. This is for reals. Okay, let's share this. I'm gonna share it. Oh God, this is the bullshit I'm talking about. This is how ridiculous the shit's gotten around here. I mean, honestly, this is what they think. This is what people think. This is what they think he thinks. It's great. Internet and AI for the win. All right. But no, back to Bernie Sanders. It's the most maddening thing. Because he got me. I think that's probably why I take it so personally. He had me for a second. Remember back in 2016, maybe 2015, 2014, when they're all campaigning and getting ready for the old campaign trail. Bernie Sanders, man, he was talking that hot shit. Gotta get the lobbyists out of Washington, D.C. And of course, who in their right mind, I don't care what political affiliation you have, who in their right mind isn't like, yeah, let's get lobbyists out of there. They're corrupting our government. Let's get them out. He's one of them. Okay. He's literally one of them. He takes money from them. It's like, all right. You're worth, you own 16 houses, not Bernie alone. But between Nancy Pelosi and him and Elizabeth Warren and AOC, all together, they own like 16 houses. Gonna tell us, fight the oligarchy. Okay. Yeah. Just divide us more, assholes. They're all playing a part. They're all playing a role. Divide us, divide us, divide us, divide us. So you got the absolute oligarchy tools saying, fight the oligarchy. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Then vote them out of office then. How about that? Man, just absolute craziness going on. How's everybody doing tonight? Say hello. Let me know how's it going as I'm trying to find some good things to talk about here. We got a whole bunch going on. You know, the whole Iran thing isn't stopping. You know, how was everybody's No Kings rallies today? Was everybody safe? Was everybody good? How'd it go? Did we get rid of the king? Did we overthrow the king today? Did that happen? No. The king's still on his throne. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Netanyahu, he's all the way over in Israel. I mean, that too. When are people gonna wake up? They have a No Kings rally today. I hope that was against Bibi Netanyahu. That's our king. Fuck, ain't Trump. Trump's like the court jester. But they're out there protesting Trump. No kings. No kings out there. Yeah. Well, then should be like standing with picket signs that keep Bibi out of our country. Create, my man, what's up? You hopping on tonight? Am I sending you a link? My co-host is a little under the weather, so this is going to be like a royal rumble of whatever we want to talk about. we'll take it, whatever. I just wanted to talk a little bit. I starting off the show here talking about, yeah, apparently I had to work today, so and I didn't see any rallies going on, but apparently today was a No Kings rally, and I'm kind of like, we're still doing this shit. People are still doing that. I, I mean, I know they're all threatened that Trump's going to take over and become king and a dictator. Have they not seen his first 6 months, 8 months in office? He doesn't control the United States, people. Israel does. So what are we doing the No Kings for? What are we doing? People rallied. I saw some things on Twitter. Now, of course, right, you got to be careful on Twitter, but I did see there was big crowds and people out there doing their thing and up to their antics and shit. I just can't believe that we're still doing that stuff. The priesthood always ruled behind the cat. Yeah, see? Create fucking gets it. Create has seen what he can't unsee anymore. That's it. And they're all threatened by a puppet. He's going to be a dictator. And no, he's not. No, he ain't. He's going to serve his last 3 years, and then he's getting the fuck out of there. And the next shill is going to get in. I mean, the president doesn't own the country. He has no power. He does what his boss tells him to. Just pay attention every time Bibi stops over. Just watch what Trump does after that. And our government, too, not just Trump. Thank you. Oh, Robert De Niro looking up some trash. I mean, talking some shit. Of course. That guy, what a piece of turd he turned out to be, right? Great actor, plays a great mob guy, suffers from stage 4 TDS. I don't understand it. I think it's all bullshit. That's what it is. Because going back to last night's show that I did, right? I got a new series out called Decoded, where it's just Ezra. Basically what I'm doing tonight. But I didn't know my co-host was calling out to the last minute. Otherwise, I would have set up a whole Decoded, but I'm trying to keep like a schedule going. Anyways, Big Mike, what's up? Yeah, are we not waking up? It doesn't matter what the actors say. It's all scripted. It's all an illusion. It's all bullshit. All of it. Everything. Again, even to the point where like I'm questioning Iran even. They're in on it too. Okay, they got their script. Here's what you're gonna do. Here's what you're gonna say. You're gonna make cute little Lego videos. I don't know. Have your social public relations person come up with some cute Lego videos. Because that doesn't seem like Iran to me. Does that seem like Iran to you? Tell you what, let's get cute and make little Lego things where the Lego guys are slapping Trump around. It'll be hilarious. That's not Iran. Iran's about that business. Okay. That motherfucker's been bombing since 4000 BC. They're not about that cute shit. They're like fucking Scarface. You want to go to war? Okay. That's how they do. They ain't going to be all. We do the cutesy shit. Our government would make some dumb gay ass fucking Lego video. Look at us, trolling Iran with Lego videos. Let's see. These family and people have ruled. They still rule. Yeah, it's been a long time. They are 2 years ahead of everything that happens. Maybe even the weather. This way, amen. Yeah, that was another thing I covered a few shows ago. Yep. Big Mike, what's up? Thanks for stopping in. Dude, I'm going to be your co-host. I'm working again, and I'm getting a corner of the room set up for us. All right, I'm going to hold you to that. I'm not going to ride your butt. You go at the pace you need to, but I'll say I'm looking forward to that. Castle money. Oh, yeah, Big Mike got a point. I had Big Mike on the show before. He just put in some earbuds, and I send a link, and you could click the link from your phone. Boom, you turn your phone sideways, and boom, you're in there. But Big Mike, you got to understand, sometimes, especially create is part of his name. These creative types, they have a vision first. They have a vision of what they want it, what they have envisioned, what it's supposed to look like, and to create it might not look like on a phone. He wants a proper mic and the things and the whole thing. But it can be just that simple. Anybody wants to pop on the show and it's okay talking on their phone, I'll send you a link. You hit the link on your phone, boom, you're in here. Iran is just ancient Persia. Those people are peaceful, accepting of all religions. And like half of them speak English. Yeah, some of those old big dynasties that ruled the Romans, the Persians, they kind of had that. Rome had that kind of thing too. When they'd come over and like want to take over your land, they tell you, all your festivals and your holidays and your religion, keep all that. Keep doing that. We're not telling you to change. Keep doing that. We're just going to have soldiers in our army everywhere, okay? Like, this is going to be ours. You'll probably have to pay some tithings to Caesar, but outside of that, we're going to leave you alone. You keep all your things. You do that. So like the Persians, right? Doing the same thing. America has become this weird experiment. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're the most experimented on population probably in the world. What did you say there? Oh yeah. And that too, people are flying flags around, I've seen all year, because it's like the 250th year. And I was sad when I saw that. I saw flags waving. America's 250 years old. And I was like, wow. And we already suck. At 250 years, we suck. It sucks here. I mean, granted, comparatively, it's obviously the best place on the world you'd want to be right now. What did Rome last? 800,000 years? We're at 250. We're already in the fucking, like, nose diving. Damn. Didn't last long. Corruption got us quick. You do have an iPad, but you do need space, yeah. I have no vision. Just a big mouth. When I was setting all this up, Big Mike, I had both. I had a vision and a big mouth. I couldn't share my big mouth until I had everything, all my ducks in a row. That's funny. They just want the tax money. That's right. That's it. Okay? We want you plebs to finance all our shenanigans. That's all. And it hasn't really changed. It hasn't really changed in thousands of years. It's just, it's sad. 250 years and we already suck. It's nice. But it's not over, okay? It's not over. There's hope. I have hope with Gen X. Gen X, we got to be it. We got to be the ones to do this. Maybe some of the older millennials, the ones that are close to Gen X, the boomers are ruining this place. No offense if there's any boomers watching. Not you. I'm sure you guys are cool as shit. It's the other assholes. Yeah, we want healthcare. Instead, we're getting a huge push now to build data centers. Yeah, massive ones. Who just did it? Indiana, Illinois. Who just sold a big ass 800 acres to? It was huge news. Like, and this is going to happen all over the place. But there was one recently where there was a pretty big uproar over it. You see that road warrior bitch at No Kings protest? Well, so I'm scrolling through Twitter right now at the same time as talking with you guys. So when I see it, I'm gonna. Is it? Oh God, is this it? I don't. Maybe it was the road warrior in a wheelchair. Hold on, this is. Oh God, this is. This is. I don't know where we're at as a society, man. This is. We're in bad shape. Okay, we're in bad shape, folks. We are in bad shape. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, just please tell me you guys are on hard drugs and I'll be okay with it. Just tell me. Just tell me you're on heavy, hard ass drugs. Please. Oops. Where am I going? There we go. This one. Just please. Tell me you're on hard drugs. All right. And I swear I'll just, my mind will block it out. It'll go away. Make it stop. Let's see. It's great here. The problem is the attitude of take advantage of everyone you can so you can buy a second house and boat. Yeah. Well, in the oligarchs case, they're on their fifth and sixth house. It's never enough. So I agree. Create. I mean, that's what started me wanting to do this so damn bad was because just like the pushback. Because I had gotten a really strong urge while Biden was in office because of like Twitter censoring people and then all this, like, you can't say this, you can't say that. And my whole life, I didn't grow up like that. Again, I grew up in the 80s where people said whatever the hell they wanted. And then, and that's just what it was. You either had thick skin or you can laugh it off, or half the time when you're making fun of somebody, because especially when you grow up in a huge city like Chicago, you have friends of every race. And then each of those races make fun of each other because of their differences. And we all would laugh about it. And it wasn't a big deal. Now, all of a sudden, everything is uptight and you can't say this and you can't say that. And so when I seen that started to change, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to throw my hat in the ring on this one. Because you can't. Because the second you start just like letting shit go, then we're going to wake up one morning and we're going to have no freedoms, none. And so I'm like, nah, I'm going to start yapping my big fat mouth. And then Create here is talking about the data centers. They're all over. Yeah. These big AI data centers. Just goes to show what actually does get done. Anything to help monitor and control us. Yeah, that stuff. They're on top of that. But things to free us? No. We still can't just grow weed without papers. Seriously. There she, yeah, that was her. The Mad Max, is that who you were talking about? It's fucking nuts. Wedge, what's up? Wedge in the house. What's up? Big Mike showing shout out. What up? For me, the smoking gun is very real things that are not talked about. Our third eye, certain psychedelic medicines that link us to our past. Very suspicious that this stuff is kept suppressed. Yep. And we're going to get there eventually. You know what? I might just, because I'm into all that stuff too, but I might just hold out till you join. Then we'll start doing deep dives because all that shit is very real stuff. All right. Our pineal gland, our connection to our higher selves, the things that they're doing to suppress that connection with our higher self, calcifying, giving us, the chemicals and stuff that's in our water and in our food and blah, 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 is meant to calcify our pineal gland. That way there's no connection. And then there might even be another layer of trying to separate any signal because they're blotting out the sun with all the spraying that they do and the clouds. There might actually be physical, tangible connection lost to the cosmos because they're putting a metal cloud around the entire globe, which is great. And then it just so happens that some of that cloud trickles down and we breathe it in and it collects in men right here. And men at 55 years old start suffering from dementia. 55! For women, it collects up here. I learned all this from Stu Peters because he had a guy on the show talking about how to actually try to start detoxifying your body from microplastics and the metals. Interesting stuff. But that, and just how about where we come from too. So this is always huge with me because I did deep. I mean, I am deep. When I talk about I'm deep into like Zechariah Sitchin's work and the Sumerian tablets. I mean, I got I got very spurgy on that stuff. I mean, like I read a lot of his books multiple times. And like I think there's something there because all those Sumerian tablet stories are exactly all the same stories that are in the Bible. And they're all right there in great detail. And you know, it and it's deep. That's a lot of shit to try to digest and think of, like, if hey, this is real, why wouldn't they tell us we're alien hybrids? I mean, there is type 1 data to support the tablets because the tablets have a section called the Enuma Elish, which is the tablets of creation, where they talk about the Anunnaki coming down and basically making hybrids, mixing their DNA with the then Neanderthals. And then you get millions of years of evolution in what seems to be overnight. We went from Homo erectus to Homo sapien overnight. And yeah, I know you've seen that evolution graph where it's like a monkey and this and that, and then the missing link part. That's the millions of years of evolution that they haven't found one fucking skeleton. We find all kinds of dinosaurs, but they can't find that missing link of human skeleton. So we evolved millions of years fast. And then you're like, oh, yeah, that's in the Sumerian tablets. They said that. They needed slaves. And then you start to look at how society's set up. Oh, my God. They still treat us like slaves. That's all we are, slaves. So then again, you start connect the dots, la, 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 la. Connect the dots, la, 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 la. Like, and then in Sumeria, too, they show there's a lot of art depictions of them with the cones, pineal glands. Hello, it's right there. It's again, it's right in our face. But they're like, no, that's all mythology and shit. Come on, it's mythology. You got work tomorrow. Don't worry about this shit. You got to work and pay your bills. And don't forget about World War III. Don't start worrying about aliens and all this shit. I've been punching my face, but yeah, you heal, right? What's a punch in the face? It's nothing. I would actually feel honored my very first time at the grocery store if somebody throws a fucking milkshake at me. Are you that son of a bitch, Book of Ezra? Bow! I'm going to be like, all right, I made it. Now I got my first milkshake thrown on me. That shit is carved into rock. Ancient Egypt used to be an open society with that shit. Yeah, because that's another thing I got really deep into. Hermetic philosophy, which could have been Thoth by chance, who was teaching that. And then the Egyptians have the Book of the Dead, which is eerily similar to those emerald tablets of Thoth. And Thoth was actually the entity Ningazita from the Sumerian tablets. This is all, look at Ezra's done the work. Okay. I'm just starting to channel off, and I'm starting with just base corruption and some basic conspiracies, but we will have shows steered for that real deep knowledge stuff. Right now, I want the masses to come. And just as we learned in Hermetic philosophy, when their ears are ready, they'll hear the message. But I don't want to force it just yet. I'm trying to build an audience first. Maybe we did build the pyramids when we were using our full brain. Yeah. Well, so in the tablets, the two brothers, and Lil and Enki, as Enki was fashioning the humans, and Lil was like, you're making them dumb, right? You're not going to give them all our And he's like, oh, God, no. And I actually gave them short lives, too. Because, an Anunnaki who comes to Earth can live here for easily 200,000 years. I mean, their king's list that was collected in that find when they found the Sumerian tablets, the king's list goes back 450,000 years. So they can live a very long time. But he's like, no, we did all that. We made them just smart enough to swing a hammer. Ding, 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 ding. And then we only made them live 100 years or so. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Keep going. But if we had the potential to use our full brain, we'd probably could be healing people by touch. We could be levitating shit because, that's a thing. Levitate stuff, and who knows? God damn it, we'd look like Jedi if we could use more of our brain. Force push, force grope. Grow up, Ezra. Grow up. My conspiracies are off the deep end, like how dinosaurs are fake and there ain't no aliens. Well, I don't know, man, because I grew up Catholic. I went to Catholic school my whole life, and the real devout Catholics, you don't even say aliens. I mean, it wasn't until I was in my 30s because the last pope was like, oh, yeah, no, I guess there's aliens. And it's like, what? Because you and science and status quo and governments have been saying that there's no aliens since forever. Now, all of a sudden, you're like, I don't know, there could be, And that shouldn't shake your whole faith thing. So, if you have strong faith, maybe, I don't know, aliens just kind of butts heads with that a little bit. Except for Eric von Daniken, who wrote Chariots of the Gods. He writes Chariots of the Gods and he's talking about aliens, and obviously the Chariots of Fire are UFOs and blah, blah, blah. But he's still a devout Catholic himself. And he's like, oh, I haven't lost any faith. I don't know. What if the ships just uncloaked and they zap the crazy bastards holding us hostage? Like the last time the cannibals took Pikachu and they had to flood the planet. So I've thought that before. Why don't you just come here and end our suffering? However, I don't know if you've ever gotten into or heard some people are mediums and they've communicated with extraterrestrials. I'll say the Arcturians species to be exact. I don't know how real this is or not. I'm just saying across my seeking, this is the information I've come across. Well, anyways, the Arcturians are a very advanced civilization. They've been around for millions of years, and they can travel from galaxy to galaxy. They've been around that long. They figured out how society's supposed to look. Well, just like in Star Trek, where we all know Hollywood borrows from real shit that we're not supposed to know, but there is such thing as they don't call it this, but it's something that's like prime directive. They're not allowed to. They can't intervene. We have to figure our way out of this. It's kind of like if you were a filmographer and you're going to go to the Sahara in Africa and film the gazelles and the lions and stuff, and the lion hunts the gazelle and hunts it. You can't intervene. You have to let that happen. You have to just observe. That's what you're going to do. You might be rooting for that gazelle. Come on, no, you should have zigged and then juked him a little bit. But you can't intervene. That lion's going to eat that motherfucking gazelle. So I think it's the same premise with them. They're just like, no, you got to figure your way out of it. We have faith in you. And when you do fight your way out of it, then we'll be like, hey, you did it. Let's throw a party. Come on, you did it. But we have to figure it out. Because that would be nice if they were just like, pichoo, 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 pichoo. All the people that we know who need to get pichooed. Yeah, holding the pine cone, the pail of water. Yep. And then, the guy, Trismegistus, 3 times great. The thrice great. I think it was Thoth because he figured out how to Because if you read those emerald tablets, like which I've listened to them a bunch, it sounds like he's describing how once your body gives up and your spirit leaves, those are directions on what to do after that. Because he literally says there's like these dark hounds that chase you. And he says, as you're moving, he says, move in curves because those hounds move in angles. So that they move in angles. So as long as you're flying like this, they won't catch you. And don't go to the first light you see because you'll just end up right back here again, which I think we probably all fell for every time. We're like, goodbye, cruel world. And then our spirit leaves and we're like, sweet. Oh, I remember they say go to the light. Let me go to this one. It's right here. And then you go to that light, and next thing you know, you're coming out of a vagina. And then your spirit's looking down going, God damn it. Not again. What do you want to focus on? All of it. Everything. I mean, it's so, and you guys know, if you guys are seeking and searching and you start to find out that all these things are interwoven, it's a textile, it's a fabric, it's all connected. One thing does have something to do with the other, and 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 it's all just, it's like a damn spider web, the most intricate, beautiful, terrifying spider web. Sophisticated in the eyes of the creator, terrifying to its victims. Yeah, Palladians, Arcturians, Draconians. There is a no disturb protocol. Yep. That's another book I read too and learned about a lot of the different species that were out there. The Blue Planet Project. That's a good book. That's written by an anonymous person. I think it's put together by someone who takes credit, but all the data that came out of it was supposedly a guy who worked at like Dolce Base. And he was secretly like sticking things up his ass when he would leave to go home. And it was sketches and writings and all these interactions with all these different species, 106 to be exact, in the book. And he was suitcasing all this information to take home and then compiled the collection. And then somebody published it and it's the Blue Planet Project. It's fucking mind-blowing if it's real. Mind-blowing. Supposedly we've been tampered with by many different species and we still are today. Maybe we are the ones we've been waiting for. Yeah, well, so yeah, I wouldn't doubt that as well, because again, there are so many species and they come here and again, they're not supposed to intermingle. So they come here, do their business of what they're here to do. I've even heard things from some new age spiritualists say that like Earth is like a living library because, right, our DNA, like it holds all of our ancestors' data, all of it. So like I'm a living book. And when I'm sleeping at night, if an alien wants to come down and check out this book, he'll fucking dematerialize me, put me on the ship, and then read the book of Ezra, and then by morning have me back with nobody none the wiser. I have heard like planet seeding as well, which when I was a little kid, I thought about. Like, what if the Earth was just this ball of rock and water and it had grass and trees and such, but then like other species came here and were like, you know what, I'm going to put some cows. And other species were like, I'm going to put monkeys. I'm going to put birds. And then the whole world's just populated with all this wildlife. Because like maybe the end of the dinosaurs wasn't a meteor. Maybe a species came here and was like, all right, yeah, we're done here with the dinosaurs. Kill them all off. We're going to start back over and we're going to do like this human thing. Try that out. But I don't know, because it can go, it can get messy, it can get really convoluted at some point, because like I truly believe in this connection that every human being has with um I wanted to say the Akashic records, but not quite like that. More like the collective consciousness. Kind of like I'm a big believer in that. Like there's this big ball of energy. Just picture like the sun, but it's not the sun. And we're all a part of that. And then when we come to Earth, which is like a school, we're just a little piece of that. And pew, we go to Earth, we have our little sojourn, and then this vehicle gives up and we're supposed to go back. And the whole idea of the mission here is to learn things that we're supposed to learn, because what we're trying to do is make that whole collective consciousness better. So we cut. Edgar Casey talks about this because he talks about Saturn being a place. All right, so check this out. So that little piece that I say we come to Earth, we have the earthly experience. Say we come here and we didn't do anything good. Like we actually did the opposite. We were heinous, murdering. We took life. We tortured. We did all these bad things. Well, we don't get to, when you die here, you don't go back to the collective consciousness. You have to go to Saturn for what would be like a data reset. Then you go back. But you go back as basically an empty SD card back to the collective. And then when you go back to Earth, you're starting from scratch, because you got a data reset in Saturn, which is crazy, right? Because then, wow, that whole premise would mean like Saturn's kind of like hell. That's crazy. Well, wait a minute. All these Satan worshipers on Earth all worship Saturn. Satan, Saturn, hell, data reset for bad people to go. I'm telling you, it gets crazy. Don't go into the light, Coraline. Carol Ann or Coraline? I thought Coraline. My kids love that movie. For me, most of it's a huge distraction to get most of your time just taken up, so you can't sit there and question your own existence. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all this whole design and societal structure that we have to operate in is absolutely to keep you so fucking busy and stressed out. You're not wondering about, you have a little connection with the universe, do you? Hmm? Or maybe should you worry about your kids getting drafted to World War III? You want to worry about that? Absolutely. We are rich in spirit, and these gray aliens and others are extremely smart geneticists, creators, but they have lost touch with what you're talking about. Yeah, I've actually heard, and it was in the Blue Planet Project, that the grays, and this connects with the Sumerian tablets too. The grays are actually like a biological android. They're not birthed. They don't have sexual organs, things like that. They are just organic biological androids. You program them to do what you want, and with their role in the Sumerian tablets are they're called the Agigi, the Watchers, because they don't sleep. They'll just be up there, cloaked, watching all the time. Up there, just outside our atmosphere, just always watching. Kind of like how the moon is always, the moon never really turns per se. It does turn, but it just turns because its face is that one side of the moon is always facing Earth. Always. So also suspicious that a moon would do that. Every other moon in our solar system spins like a top as it goes around the planet. Our moon, no. Nope, just one side just always faces us. Like, okay. All right, it's cool. Nothing to see here, folks. Big Mike. Funny how all dinosaurs' heads are fabricated. Is that true? I never really got into the dinosaur thing. Dinosaurs weren't never like, I mean, as a kid, of course, they were fascinating, but at a certain age, I was like, I'm more worried about like aliens. Because look, I have a story. Look, I'll share a story because, again, as I mentioned, I was in Catholic school from 3rd grade till I was a senior in high school. Okay. And I remember it was like my freshman year in religion class. We start right in Genesis. We start at the very beginning. Okay. When we get to the 10 Commandments part, the way that it's worded in the King James Version, the very first commandment says, I am your Lord God. There are no other gods before me. And it just like dawned on me. I wasn't smoking weed at this time. I was a good kid as a freshman. But it's when I'm reading that, and I don't know why it dawned on me, and I'm like, and the teacher, he was like, yeah, Ezra. And I go, so there's others? So there's other gods, just not higher than him. He's the most high, but there are others. He was fucking like, close your fucking book and go to the dean. Goodbye. You have detention. Go. I'm like, wait, no, I'm just asking a question. Get out. Go on. Get out. Get the hell out of here. I'm like, wait, what? What did I say? What did I say? You're not allowed to ask questions. Pleb, don't ask questions. There's a collective rich history of all the languages we've ever spoke, songs, experiences, and it's this living library we can draw from and add to. And that's connection through space and time. That is the difference between lost and found, sane or insane, on the right track or just floating in the abyss, getting swallowed up by the bottom feeders. Oh, yeah. This is referring to what Edgar Casey was saying about Saturn. I'm assuming Alex Collier. I mean, it sounds right to me, man. The dots, they check out, they connect and they check out to me. You can find out it's just a massive draconian lizard people eating and torturing humans underground or on the dark side of the moon. Yeah. I mean, there was that documentary on Netflix for a hot minute. It's gone now. But they were looking at like these images on the moon, kind of like how when they looked at the rover pictures from Mars. I mean, there are certain shapes that happen naturally in nature, and then there are shapes that don't. And the moon is littered with shapes that don't occur naturally. They had footage of one of the Apollo missions that's just kind of like floating just across the moon's surface. A plume of black smoke comes out of this tube that's sticking out of the surface. A plume of black smoke. Nothing to see. No. I don't know what that is. Don't worry about it. And then they do talk about like photographers who like have taken pictures of just that edge going around the moon, and you could see a spire that's like 12 miles high. A tower, a spire, 12 miles high. Nuts. Just nuts. And again, to create what you said earlier, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that we're not allowed to know. Because again, if you start to know these things, their whole illusion that they've spent thousands of years building cracks and crumbles. And the whole control grid starts to get shaken and it's loose. Can't have it. One religion can't claim God. That's just hold people start fighting because it's not about God. It's about the rules that man put down on us in the name of God. Yeah, because that's the best way to control people. How do you control billions of people? You scare the shit out of them with hell. God will throw you in hell. He will fucking take your soul and throw you into the eternal hell for infinite time, where you'll burn and cry and scream and in pain and agony and scream, but he loves you. And he needs your money. Sorry, that was George Carlin. Alex Collier talks a bunch about different species of aliens and such tampering from us. Yeah. Yeah, I would think that too. I mean, there's kind of like a theory I've had. Okay, get it, but this goes back to the Sumerian tablets. You will start to learn that I am a freakazoid over these Sumerian tablets. Anyways, so if Prime Directive is a thing, and the Anunnaki or the Nibiru, the people from Nibiru, spliced their DNA with ours, and then even did things. They meddled with humans. I mean, if we were just some fledgling species that they created with their DNA mixed with Neanderthal DNA, Homo erectus, then that means they tampered with what was already naturally organically happening here. And then when the Galactic Federation finds out, maybe our planet's on a quarantine because they're like, nah, now it's all fucked up. Now it's all fucked up. We have to let it just take its course until the Anunnaki blood runs out, thins out. So nobody go there. We can go there and pick one up here and there and test their blood, check their DNA and see where we're at. Is that reptilian gene out of their fucking DNA yet? How many thousands and millions of years of us reproducing until it's worked its way out? I don't know. I'm branching. Alex Collier also has a moon talk. It's buried, but it's on YouTube. He shows some grainy images. Some are pretty interesting. Nice. Yeah, David Icke does a good Saturn moon conference speech thing. It's great. I got to check out this Alex Collier guy. Sounds like I would like his work. There's a huge statue of a standing alligator on the moon. Jesus, come on. See, come on. I mean, and that's now Zachariah Sitchin would say that the way that we look right now is how the Anunnaki looked, but David Icke thinks that they were reptilian humanoids capable of trans-dimensional dematerialization. So they can go from tangible like this to dematerialize and just be a shadow in an instant, which the fuck do I know? Okay. That could be a thing. I'm big on the Sumerian tablets also. Yeah, I love them. Love them. So my two favorites, and there are more books of his that I haven't read, but The 12th Planet and The Lost Book of Enki, I put them bitches on repeat in my work van while I drive all day. I did for a number of years. I got all that shit. It's memorized. Just fascinating. It's just fascinating. We live way out of the edge of the Milky Way. So we're in the boondocks, huh? Not much going on out here except us getting messed with. Yeah. Yep. 7 fallen angels and 7 planets outside Earth. I think what science calls planets is actual holding cell. So I got a theory about that too. Because like when we're taught in school, and this is me. This is a crazy theory, but I've thought this, and I don't know if this is too in line with what you're saying though, because you're saying what science calls planets is actual holding cell, like prison planet, like that, like Create just said. we're like a holding cell. Like again, like maybe we're on quarantine. But they're hear me out on this one. It's crazy. But um again, we're in school, we're in science, and we're learning about atoms. And atoms have a nucleus and then protons and electrons going around it. And then in a different science class, you're taught about the solar system, where we have a nucleus in the middle of it and all these planets going around it. And then you learn later about the principle of correspondence, as above, so below. Are we just like an atom? Is our solar system just an atom? And the more you zoom out and zoom out, maybe we're like I don't fucking know, a thread on somebody's pillow. Or are we an atom that's inside? Because that's, again, to go to Hermetic philosophy, the all is mental, right? So we're living inside the mind of another living creature. So basically, inside our minds is an infinite space with solar systems and galaxies and aliens abducting people and fucking globalist, Satanist worshiping cults going on who hurt children, and as above, so below, baby. But then when you start to sit and fathom in a nice quiet room in a meditative state, yeah, my mind just starts feeling like berserk, trying to work that one through. Because, like, really, like, what are we in? Are we in a fishbowl? Are we in a CERN experiment right now? We don't know it. Feels like a simulation from time to time, doesn't it? When you keep seeing the same patterns over and over, and you start to figure out the programming, and then sometimes there's little glitches in the matrix, and you're like, oh my, is this got to be some kind of simulation? Like, you almost feel like when you die, you feel like maybe you're going to wake up like in Total Recall, like, oh God, and there's going to be your friends there and your loved ones. Hey, relax. How was that? How was that vacation, huh? I mean, you were asleep a long time. We're happy to have you back. Like, oh my God, that was all a dream? Like, yeah. You wanted to go have that, you wanted to go there on vacation. So you had a whole life. How was it? I don't want to talk about it. It's awful. David Icke is good. Yeah. Jordan Maxwell is the guy you want to watch for Saturn. Really? All right. Jordan Maxwell talks about Saturn a lot. I like to connect more dots on Saturn. That's for sure. Because definitely Satan worshipers, there's way too much Saturn symbology involved. So I get that. But and the other dot that connects to Saturn too is I study astrology a lot. Like, I like to read birth charts and things like that, and just understanding the energy and what Saturn rules. It all falls in line with the whole connecting the dots. Saturn rules limitations. It's government. It's lessons learned. Saturn could be, if you look at it in the wrong angle, Saturn is a bad planet. It's fucking bad. It's mean. But I understand astrology enough where, yeah, banking is involved with Saturn as well. Laws, limitations, that's Saturn. But I understand astrology enough now that it's actually a good thing. It's a good thing to have, like, because Saturn will do this in your life. Saturn will actively, if you look at someone's birth chart, you can see what Saturn is actively doing in your day-to-day life. It tests you. And if you make the wrong choice, guess what? It's going to give you the same fucking situation over and over and over again until you learn it. And after you learn and go, oh, I do it like that. Okay. And then you start to do it like that. All of a sudden, he doesn't challenge you with that anymore. It's over. But now it's the next thing. Every view of space is fake. It's not real. You could look at different pics of Earth and the continents change size. I've never paid attention to that. I mean, I've seen people like on Twitter point that out in terms of making fun of other countries, or maybe making fun of people that are like, and I know this is a joke, but how Texas is the size of Russia. uh, and then they'll add like Florida and Idaho and Illinois, and they start putting on. I'm sure you guys have seen it before, but I have not paid attention to this big Mike. Not saying it's not real. I just haven't, in my seeking, I haven't come across that. Both things, either space being fake, and then looking at pictures of Earth and have the continents being different sizes. Never looked into that. The space thing being fake is too much akin to, for me, just hearing it now, is too akin to flat Earth, which is a real hard swallow for me. It's a real hard swallow, flat Earth. Just seeing the repeating patterns, people just living on repeat. Yes. Yeah. When the dream goes bad, it's gone bad, Jerry. The dream is bad. Jordan Maxwell is the authority on Saturn. All right. Yep. Saturn's about banking. I'm trying to catch up here. Saturn's color is black and the double square. Yeah. Well, you know, that northern pole is a spinning hexagon, which when you start to get into cymatics, the hexagon, which is, this is going to get, yeah, here we go. The hexagon is actually the Star of David, a 6-pointed star. But then when you make it 3-dimensional, it's a cube. So, right. The black cube. Islam. Jews also wear that black cube on their forehead, top of their head there. Just saying. The martyr board. The judge wears a black robe. Yep. You wear a black robe when you graduate. Mm-hmm. And they have the black square. Yes, sir. You got it. There's definitely a physical reality. There is also other dimensions that we were all equipped to experience, but aren't taught. Oh, God, yeah. Can you imagine, like, mystic school? Which kind of Egypt had back in the day, right? That whole Hermetic philosophy, that type of stuff was being taught in Egypt. Egypt was like a university. People would come from all over the world to go to Egypt to go study. Jesus did, apparently, according to the tales. Jesus studied in Egypt. And you actually listen to Jesus's teachings in scripture, that man he's spitting fucking Hermetic philosophy. If any of you guys get into any of the Apocryphas or any of those removed books, the Book of Thomas, who was Judas, right? Thomas, Jesus changed his name to Judas. But the Book of Thomas, like, he had deep conversations with Jesus, and Jesus was kicking straight Hermetic philosophy, straight up and down. And it's like, oh, he did study in Egypt. Sure enough. If he was saying that shit to Thomas, whew. Judaism is Saturn worship. They worship on Saturn Day. Yep. That's why some people say, I mean, some people, like Stu Peters and all that, Judaism is, they're Satan worshipers. Like, whoa. Stu Peters is on a whole nother level. I mean, I keep my ear to the streets and I try to listen, make sure I'm listening to everybody. I don't like living in echo chambers. It scrambles my brain too much. So I mean, seriously, Bill Maher, CNN, I want to know what you're saying. I'm not watching them regularly, but I will bop in and go, what's he saying? Okay, he's still fucking retarded. Okay, yeah, all right, cool. But Destiny, Who's the other guy? The anarchist, Kevin Keith Packman, something like that. It's good. It's good. It keeps my mind nice and fresh, and it's good to hear adversarial thoughts that, I don't even want to be in an echo chamber in my own brain. I want somebody to constantly, somebody to constantly be challenging what I'm saying. Marcus Aurelius actually hired a guy to do just that. Followed him around all over the world, wherever he went all day. Was like, hey, you still shit sitting down, right, boss? Just making sure you still know you're human, buddy. He did that on purpose. Yeah, I've listened to a lot of different heads. It's crazy how David Icke made a comeback. I know, right? And dude, he's going after Alex Jones like something crazy. Because I'm fond of both guys, and when I see them arguing like a couple of teenage girls on Twitter, I'm like, boys, like settle down, knock it off, grow up. Oh, David Wilcock, total sellout. Total. Yeah. Isn't David Wilcock the guy who talks shit about Sitchin? Says Sitchin's shit's all wrong? Is that the guy? That's the guy, ain't it? I don't. Project Camelot? You just said, yeah, Wilcock talked a lot of crazy shit. No, what the hell's Project Camelot? About to Google it. If Google will even tell me. I'm going to Google this, and Google's going to say, none of your fucking business, Ezra, and go to fuck to sleep. Project Camelot. Looking Glass? There's a podcast named it. Anthropology. Project Camelot 1964. Project Camelot Bill Wood. Oh, so this is the podcast you're talking, yeah. Project Camelot would interview a bunch of speakers and kids with abilities and shit. Ooh. Ooh. See, that's what I would like to see a show of mine turn into. I mean, I would love to interview David Icke for a second there, because David Icke was like on a lull for a little bit. I wanted to reach out to him and be like, dude, I have a tiny fucking channel. Tiny. I have 143 subscribers. Would you come on my show? Like, I'm a big fan, and I do have further questions from your conferences and your speaks and stuff. I have a lot of questions about like your work. So would you come on the show and talk about like some of the stuff that you know? Because I got like serious actual questions. I'm not trying to troll you or bait you. I actually want to know more of what you're talking about. But he's too big, man. What's he got, like fucking millions of followers on Twitter? I'm sorry, darling. Get your subs up to 500,000 and call me then. Or maybe he wouldn't. Maybe he'd shock us all and be like, yeah, sure, mate. 143 subscribers. Maybe I'll get you a couple new subscribers. You probably won't, but I would still be happy to have you on the show. Let's see. I don't know. I guess it's still around today. But all their good stuff was 10 plus years ago. Oh. Like George Norrie. Is George Norrie, is he still alive? We used to listen to George Norrie, my cousin and I, the guy who does this show with me. We used to listen to George Norrie like all the time. We worked together for I don't know how long, but we rode together. And we'd be up hella fucking early. We're talking 4:30 in the morning type shit, leaving the house. And we just boom, put on fucking George Norrie in the morning. Oh my God, it was great. But that was so long ago. It took psychiatrists and doctors. Wait, it took psychiatrists and doctors centuries to define psychotic when the Bible already classified it under demon possession. So there's a thing to that too, right? Kind of learning about this a little bit more with this Epstein shit, because I've heard some people say, I haven't said it and I haven't really dug into it, but they've talked about wow, turning these children into vessels. So when you get a child at a young age and you traumatize the living shit out of them, you kind of carve out a hollow space inside them emotionally. And then with that being open, you can place an evil entity in there. And then this kid just ends up being psychotic, right? No empathy, no feeling for any human emotions whatsoever. That a lot of these Hollywood actors, the shit they do with their kids is a perfect example of it. What they put their kids through. And then the kid ends up murdering them later in life or turning into drug addicts or are completely off the wall nuts because they can't handle it. But for the ones that can handle it, that's exactly the instrument they're looking for. Project Camelot, Bob Dean, Mike Green, and more. Camelot, Duncan O'Finioan, Super Soldier Story. Super Soldier shit, huh? Human Genome Project shit. Oh, yeah. Bluebeam. Bluebeam, it's coming, baby. It's coming. It's coming. And it's coming because of this whole damn thing that they're doing. Like the Zionists, they're like trying to force the book of Revelations to happen. They're trying to force it. Probably because they're so greedy and it's now, now, now. I want the Messiah to come back now. So let's go ahead and force this shit. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, but Bluebeam's probably totally a part of that. If they can make holographic spaceships and make it sound and fool us all that we're getting invaded by aliens, one world government. Here we go. We're all going to get chipped. Exactly. That's demon possessed. It's all there. Yeah. It's what they do, man. It's what they do. It's their thing. And again, it's so anti-human. Everything. I said this, I think, on my rant. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. Motherfuckers, and I'm talking to people in the government. Motherfuckers, make our lives just 5% better. Make it this much better. They won't. They don't. And for the love of God, it doesn't matter their party affiliation. It doesn't fucking matter. So when I see shit like today, no Kings rallies, wake the fuck up, you half-dead motherfuckers. Wake up. Still fighting on this low-ass dimensional plane. No Kings. No Kings. Yeah, no shit, no Kings, asshole. We're trying to fight off draconians. Wake the fuck up. And I hate to be so mean. That's so uncompassionate of me to call them half-dead motherfuckers. Because they are. They're already dead, and they don't even know it. Yeah, just do what your programming tells you to do, stupid. Thanks. So at least I know you'll be of no help when the shit goes down. I know now I can't count on you. So thanks. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Manchurian Candidate. Uh-huh. Being nice. That time's over for that. We're past that. I agree. We're past all that. Time for being nice, it's over. Like now it's time for like real talk. It's time to be real. You know, sometimes you have a friend who maybe he's fucking off and not doing what he's supposed to, and it takes that good friend to go, bam, hey, knock it off, man. Let's go. Get your shit together. Just stand in line and look forward to serving that fake number in the computer somewhere. Yeah. This is the state we're in. This is the state that we're in. This is, again, this is what has been driving me to like want to do just what I'm doing. I just want to rant. And eventually the crowd, they'll find us. We'll find each other. We're not alone. They want you to think you're alone. That's the message they want to keep pounding in your head. Yeah, you're alone. We want you to feel isolated and alone, but we're not. There's so many people who think like we do. They just don't talk about it. They don't want to be called all the bad names. Conspiracy theorists. Oh, what are you, fucking crazy? What, are you going to gaslight me now? All the buzzwords that shut down conversations. They don't want to even deal with it. They're like, man, I don't know. I just feel like I'm fucking going crazy. I know what I'm seeing, but I'm being told that what I'm seeing isn't actually what I'm seeing. So now I feel like I'm fucking crazy. You know what? I'm just going to shut up. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm just going to shut up. I got to be at work by 6:30. I'm not even worried about it. And that's a lot of people that think like that. But not me. I wasn't born with that gene. Again, I said this and I'll repeat this too. The fluoride, it's worked on a lot of people. It's worked. But the people that it didn't work on, it didn't work. I don't know what to tell you. But it worked on a lot of people, but it didn't work on us. You guys who found me out here doing it, you guys who joined me, it didn't work on us. Whatever was intended to do, it worked on a lot of people, but it didn't work on us. And again, I think there's a huge amount of people that it didn't work on as well. And all I got to do is just keep showing up and talking and doing what I'm doing, and they'll find us. We'll find each other. We found each other. That's how it worked. Oh, wait, let me go back. Sorry, I missed a little bit. You're tired of people wanting to celebrate. Celebrate what? You get excited for a real change. I want some change worth celebrating. Exactly. Exactly. We have a fucking soul, but we're supposed to live like robots. Yeah. Like slaves, like just heartless slaves. You don't think for yourself, pleb. We tell you what to think, and then you do that. I don't like that. It's a very shitty way of going at this whole earthly experience. It's not supposed to be like this. We're way off the fucking path. We're all stuck in it, but some of us can see, and we're trying to set up a home base. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm not going to preach, but when I got saved by my own will and not a church or preacher, I felt the Spirit enter, and my eyes were open. Yeah, I had a similar experience. I don't accredit it to a religion or Christ or anything. That maybe, from what I've learned, maybe like that Christ energy or just the Spirit that we are all a piece of. You know, that whole collective I talked about. Yeah, just flow, boom, awakening, pow. What? Where am I? What the fuck's been going? I was under a spell that whole time. Like, well, I'm glad I'm out of it now. But that's good, Big Mike. And I think that's kind of maybe like how it happens for most. It doesn't really happen through an outside thing. It's all internal. It would be just a you thing. You unlocked the key, the chains. You unlocked it. You did it. So that's just it. When people got vaccinated, they were so mad at anyone that didn't get the shot. It was weird. Yeah. It's part of that fucking programming, man. It's like the NPCs, I call them. I think a lot of us call them that. The NPCs out there. There was a whole program because they all acted the same about it, right? It was like a straight up programming. Straight up and down. Fucking mad. Violent even. That's how they are. That's how like a lot of like, Paul Joseph Watson with the govern me harder, daddy. That's what they're like. Like you're so fucking oppressed and programmed, but you want more of it. Not only do you want more of it, you're enforcing it for your masters. So us little plebs, when we're shopping, God forbid I'm not wearing a mask, you're going to enforce their bullshit, their oppression. But then at the same time, you're out there at rallies saying no kings. It's mind-boggling. But that right there is that's the light that you see, right? Because the hypocrisy it's so blatantly obvious that we see it in an instant. It's not even something you got to go, well, let me connect these dots. No, it is blatantly like boom, obvious. Like you don't, and you guys don't see it. No, they don't see it because the programming it sunk in. It's worked. It did it. The thing has been done. The program's been written in the NPC. Like if you're playing Grand Theft Auto, those NPCs walking around in the streets, they're programmed to do that. They don't think of anything else. Like, no, here's was one of my favorites during COVID, right? So we know progressive liberal ideology, which and I get behind this. Okay. I just want for the record. My body, my choice. Okay, yeah, sure. I agree with that. And ain't nobody should tell you what to do with your body. Nobody. Not the government, not your fucking neighbor. Nobody should tell you what to do with your body, period. But if you don't get that fucking jab, you're fucking Hitler, and we should throw you in a camp. Okay. All right. Okay. I got it. Sure. I get it now. I get it. I'm learning the programming. I got it now. I got you. Yeah, it was like I saw that immediately. Immediately. As soon as they were saying that, if you don't get the jab, you're fucking this, you're that, you're anti-science, you're an anti-vaxxer, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a piece of shit, you're a grandma killer, you're a Nazi, you're a white supremacist, you're all the fucking names that don't hold any weight anymore because they said them too goddamn much. Saw it immediately. Wait, whoa, well, what happened to my body, my choice, man? You don't get a fucking choice. You do what the fuck you're told. It's like, oh. Sleep for 8, work for 8. Maybe you get 8 for yourself. I do not get 8 to myself. The spirit is real. It is us. I just don't think it's Jesus. It's more organic, cosmic. It's big. Yeah. In my research and stuff, again, that's just kind of my thing. I'm not so super religious. And who knows what might happen. I don't want to put a ceiling or a cap on myself. I don't know where my journey may take me, but where I'm at right now, I think a lot of, again, Christ energy, the connection to the collective consciousness, to your higher self, to the actual spirit that is life, that is all of us. There's something there. There's something there. Big Mike told some guy at work to go fuck himself when he approached me about a mask. Good. Now that's one of those things that we're in our side of the circle. We could say that was very brave, Mike. That was very brave that you did that. That was brave. Fuck yeah. None of your fucking business. Get the fuck away from me. I'll take a mask and shove it right up your ass. Now what? Yeah, walk away. Walk away. The nerve of these people to do that, too. Oppress me harder, Daddy. Oppress me harder. The Mayan calendar comes north. Ian Zell Gold. The Mayan calendar comes north. What's that mean? It's deep. Is that a poem? It's deep. Look at me Googling this shit. Well, I mean, when I learn or hear new things, this is how my brain works. This is why I've gotten to this place where I'm at, talking on a show, because my curiosity just drove me to look deeper into things. So when I find like minds like you guys, and you guys are like, hey, have you heard of this? Hey, have you heard of that? I'm like, no, hold on a second. I haven't. But I want to. Oh, it's a whole fucking like presentation. I got it. I looked it up. I got it. Also called my doctor a fucking idiot when he asked me to put a mask in his office. I don't have that doctor no more. Good for you. And them too. Again. Those assholes took oaths. You understand? They took oaths to not harm unless Pfizer gives me a big ass duffel bag. It's just nuts. It's just nuts. The shit we went through during that, and we're still finding out shit about turbo cancers now. Last night's show, the reel that I played with all those people passing out and having strokes. Oh yeah, just out of nowhere. It's normal. Yeah, nothing to see here, folks. That's normal. You've never seen so many humans drop like flies on live TV like that. We're just supposed to forget about it. Don't worry about it. It's a nothing burger. There's nothing there. That's safe and effective. You got it? Safe and effective. You're going to love it when you get a chance to watch it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to put it in like a bookmark. Hold on. You know what? If Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams get us to a Super Bowl, I might inch a little bit closer back to God and Jesus. I don't know if the two are. I'm sure it's mutually exclusive. But it's a funny bit. It's funny. Christ means the anointed one. When the olive oil was put on your third eye, just represents the mind on DMT. Damn. You heard about the full moon cycle thing? And the thing with Santa Claus. Have you heard this? At Jim Carrey, when Jim Carrey used to be cool, and on his real deep spiritual journey, he talked about it. The fluid from our brain, from the pineal gland, goes down the spine and back up. It's like during the 3-day full moon cycle, which is also important when it's a full moon. No, when the full moon is in your sign, in your moon sign. Is that? I got to check that because it's been a while since I heard him say it. But it's important not to masturbate in that time. On those 3 days, don't jerking off for 3 days while that gland releases that fluid and it goes down the spine, then comes back up again. But he had said all these things, and when he talked about like Santa Claus and all these other things, the way that he said it, I was like, God damn, this he's on one. I think he's on DMT right now. But then when I looked into the thing, he was right. Other spiritual circles have talked about, again, yeah, during a full moon and during that 3-day phase, our brains release some chemical that's a powerful fucking hormone that goes just down our spine and then right back up into the brain again. And during that time, you just want to like eat clean, maybe fast. And again, like no sexual pleasures during that. Because like, I guess the dopamine that's probably released from say a climax or something just stops it cold. Like that's it, it's over. So no masturbating during full moons, boys. And then you're gonna have to tell your wives, not tonight. Okay, let's wait till the new moon starts. When the new moon starts, we'll do it. All of these religions at their base had to do with the spiritual experience brought on by these sacred plants. Yeah, I could see that. Oh yeah, yep. Gonna blow my mind all over the freaking wall. Yeah, I heard something about that in the Hermetica. My wife spends a lot of my money. I'll be damned if I'm going to be the one. Hey, that's right. Come on. That's the dance of courting. I mean, that was the primal dance. You'd come home from a long day hunting and you come back to the cave with the fucking buffalo and your spiked club. And she'd cook the thing and then, show you how thankful and grateful she was that you feed her every day. Just saying. But society's starting to deprogram them. I mean, Big Mike, you watch Revenge of the Sis and Daywave, right? They cover vastly. They do a lot of coverage on the decline of Western women being told all this shit that, it goes against what's in their coding, what's in their DNA. So that's what society did. They told the women, go out and get your degrees. Become a power bitch, or what do they call them? Boss bitches or something. Go out there, be a mogul, be a business owner, be all these things. And then they do pursue that. And a vast majority of them feel so unhappy doing it. Why? I don't know, because it's really not in their coding to be doing that. And such a degree that men do. Don't get it twisted though. Some women are out there fucking balling, hustling, doing the damn thing, doing it. And I won't take nothing away from them. It's just a lot of the other women that get into careers are like, what am I doing with my life? Why? Why am I so miserable? I don't know. Maybe you're not doing what your inner voice and your DNA is telling you. I don't know. But, and then also too, the way society is now, it takes two incomes. Okay. So guess what? You're working whether you fucking want to work or not. And that's kind of just like the existence of a man. That's kind of one of the things that I say all the time too. From the day a young boy learns how to walk, when's that happen? About 9-10 months old. From that fucking day on, for the rest of his life, a young boy and man has to prove himself every motherfucking day with no thanks, with no fucking pat on the back, no slap on the ass, nothing. You know why? Because it's what we do. It's what we do. And then when you have somebody who wasn't born a man but wants to be one, then they go on their social medias crying. Oh, it's so fucking hard. Yeah, you think? If you're not built for it, you're not built for it. Stop trying to be something you're not. Because, men, we wake up every fucking day and we just deal with it. Like getting kicked in both balls every morning. And at some point, by the age of 48, you kind of like it. I got to fucking work tomorrow. Yeah. Feels good. You know why? Because when you come home, you have wife, you have kids, you have a home, you have food to eat, you have, and it's all from you breaking your fucking back and busting your ass. And again, no thanks whatsoever. And men typically don't require it. Typically, we don't need it. I don't need anybody to tell me, hey, great job. Yeah, I know. That'll be my answer. Hey, you really did a really great job. Yeah, I know. It would create. I break my back, you touch my wee wee. That's the deal, okay? You heard me. It was in the vows. Yeah, money can move you up in society, but it can't elevate you spiritually. Nope, it's sure that's a fucking fact. It sure doesn't. In some cases, you actually the more you lose your spiritual, you guys play RPG games at all? And every time you get XP and you got to level up your attributes. So in the game of life, in most cases, most people's uh, money and spirituality columns can't be both filled. Like when one reaches a cap, the other one doesn't go up. But when the one goes down, then you can move the other one up. Those two right there, money and spirituality. You'd have to be a real special individual. You'd have to level yourself up so high that it takes the cap off of both those columns and you could fill them both. But for the most part, it's one or the other. You could put your money up here, but you can't put any points in spirituality. And then what ends up happening for those who fill up their spirituality, they have a hard time getting the money. You actually have a hard time operating in society as a whole, actually. Because if you put because I lived like from 18 years old to I don't know when did I start tattooing? About 25. Dude, I was sleeping in the woods. I would sleep on park benches just because the whole structure of society, I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to participate in this. This seems like fucking bullshit, and I'm not going to do it. See, my spirituality bar was too high and my money was down here. But the second I kind of went away because again I started doing drugs, so I wasn't too spiritual, then the money column started going up. But now I'm like, I've got both pretty high. Both are pretty good. But it's only because I'm 48 years old and my XP, I've leveled up. Again, when you hit like level 99, bam, both the caps come off those two and they can go up. Yeah, see? And it's society would tell them that they're bad for wanting that. That's what's fucked up. Like, why? Why would you tell these young girls that? Why? Because they want them to be miserable. That's why. And they are. Not your daughters, women, Western women. I got to say that quietly. Just kidding. The money is used to keep you from the suffering where the teachings are. Yep. So you can buy your way out of spiritual work, which is a net loss. So there's that too. There's a level of that too. So that's facts right there, create. That's kind of one of my gripes too. When studying astrology for me, so like I'm a Pisces, right? So it's kind of like natural for me to drift, daydream, and I'm a space cadet and open-minded enough to accept or look into very abstract things because my mind just works that way. And that had always been one thing for me. Oh, and another thing, Pisces is loss. So I don't have tangible like this microphone. It's a nice microphone. But if my house burned down I or I lost it, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't be like, "Oh, that material thing, I don't have it." Like I would never have it. Like for instance, I'm an artist, right? So I draw a lot and I could spend hours and hours on a drawing and I would have friends or my brothers or whatever go like, "Yo, that fucking picture's badass." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks," you know. And I keep working on it more hours and more days. But if that drawing ever gets to a point where I'm like, I don't like it anymore, I'll tear it out of my art book, crumple it up and throw it away. And my brother would be like, "What the fuck are you doing? You just fucking just crumpled that up and threw it away." And I'm like, "Yeah, why? What's the matter?" Dude, it's all up here. I'll draw 100,000 more if I want. But like a lot of earth signs, they like stuff like that. To them, that's what feeds their soul. Stability, financial stability, um, creating wealth, having a 401k, having like these very earthly things. They're the best at it. And like, but I don't, my brain doesn't work like that. Um, you guys are texting good here. I go, oh shit, we got a Leo in the house and we got a Libra. Oh shit. Oh, bro, you need to listen to some Dungeon Crawler Carl on audio. It's called Literally RPG, and it's awesome. It's really sad to see really immature people acquire so much money. We don't need any more Trumps. Well, that's kind of like, again, so this goes back to that fucking attributes thing that I'm talking about, right? I think we've all kind of thought about it where you go, how can such evil people just, how could the universe award them with billions of dollars and like they've bought their freedom? They have fuck you money, but they're literal demons walking around in human skin. Why is that? Zero. Their spiritual bar is zero. So when you are playing the RPG game and you don't fill up your spirituality bar at all, it's maximum money. Maximum money, because you'll do whatever, because there's no consequences. You're not spiritual. To you, there is no afterlife. There is no repercussions. I don't have to answer to my creator. There isn't one. Which those type of people, atheists, I feel bad. I'm sad for atheists where they're just like, and I'll ask them, so that's it? You think like when we die, that's it? Just lights out, game's over? They're like, yep. And I'm like, how sad. You don't think there's anything? There's nothing? Maybe you come back as like an inchworm or something, anything, please. And they're like, no, that's it. Just lights out. I'm like, wow, that's fucking sad. And I can't be your friend. No, I'm just kidding. Because that sadness would just kill my fucking heart. I mean, we all need money, of course, but with maturity, yes. All right, so create Leo, the natural entertainer. Leo's fire sign. You guys are lots of fun, lots of energy. Fire signs, more so Aries than Leo, but tend to never really grow up. Like you'll be 85 years old and you'll fart in front of your grandkids and you'll be giggling. It's funny as shit. Leos are a lot of fun. Another thing about Leos, always the center of attention somehow. Their ruling planet is the sun. So it just in the way our solar system works, where's the sun? It's right in the middle. And what? Everything else revolves around it. A lot of Leo personalities, depending on what your moon sign is. Some of the Leos embrace that center of attention, but I have a son who's a Leo, and he's not one of those. His moon sign's in Pisces. So he's the more quiet, reserved type. But just as happenstance as the universe will operate, he ends up in the middle all the time, in the center of attention, even when he doesn't want to be that way. That's the way it works out. That's Leo energy right there. Leos are great, though. Again, a lot of fun. Libras, air sign. Libras make great mediators. Big Mike, like if you have, say, two good friends or two family members and they're fucking fighting, you're the guy who's going to settle it. You're going to get them both to fucking calm the fuck down and squash whatever it is. That's what Libras do. Libras are also air signs, so they're good talkers and good thinkers. Air signs are usually good thinkers and good communicators. Libras can also handle very deep conversations. As a matter of fact, they love it. The other air sign that does too is Gemini. What else? Libras, the scales, right? So one way to fuck up a Libra's day is for their day to be out of balance. They'll get discombobulated. Libras will literally be discombobulated if their life isn't in balance. It's kind of what they do. It's their thing. They love balance. If anything's out of balance in their mind, they're like, I can't have this. I need to, whatever it is, they're going to want to fix it because they need that fucking balance going on. Like me, I'm a Pisces. I don't give it. Some days I'll be high and some I'll be low, and I'm just fine with it. I'll roll with it. Libras are like, no. I need that balance. I need it. Let's see. So that's funny because, dude, I've met so many fucking talented artists when I was a tattoo artist, and a lot of them were Leos. And just early on studying astrology, I didn't know that artistic ability was so prominent. I didn't read their birth charts though, because I wasn't into birth charts then. I bet they had some sort of Aries or Pisces, some water sign in their moon sign that would have attributed to some of that artistic ability. But yeah, a lot of Leos, tattoo artists. Man, there are endless beings outlined in amber light. I wrote a song about that. Amber. There's something mystical and magical about amber, especially like those little pieces that are frozen in it. Love it. And a drum beat in the background. Let's see. Create, you're an introverted Leo. But when I start talking, it's real deep. Yeah. So, again, water sign. Do you know what your moon sign is in? I would guess something water. Because if you can like to do those real deep dives in real deep waters, but also being a Leo but of the introverted type, you could have some water sign. There it is. How well does Ezra know his astrology, folks? There it is. Cancer moon. Bingo. The wedge. I know wedge is a Taurus. You know how you could always spot a Taurus? The men, anyways. I'll speak to the men. They're built like bulls. It's weird how that happens. Go ahead and bump into any Taurus dude, and they're built like bulls. They just are. Slow and steady wins the race with Taurus. Taurus, probably some of the biggest hearts in the zodiac. The biggest hearts. They'll give you the shirt off their fucking back. Loyal to a fault. This is a detriment for Taurus because they're so loyal. Even when they're getting mistreated, like in a relationship or at a job, their loyalty will keep them in a bad situation. So always my advice to Taurus is get the hell out of there, man. I know you don't like change. Okay. Taurus do not do change. They hate it. They hate change. They like routine. They like the same thing over and over. When they have to move, or if they have to, God forbid, if they have to change careers, they don't like it. Taurus's ruling planet is Venus. So Taurus tend to like beautiful things. Sometimes Taurus can be collectors. They like to collect stuff. But they like the finer things in life. Taurus do. Again, it's that Venus energy that rules their sign. So that means like if they want to buy a fishing pole, it's going to be the best fishing pole. When they go out to dinner, it's going to be good food. Taurus don't eat shit. Taurus don't eat shit. Taurus eat good food. I'm not saying healthy. I'm saying good food. There's a difference in my verbiage. Delicious food. They like delicious things. Not too big on sweets, oddly enough. I haven't met a Taurus yet that likes sweets. I have yet to meet a Taurus that likes sweets. But Taurus is totally really good at earth things, man. Taurus go to work. They go to work on time. They pay all their bills. They pay their bills on time. Their priorities financially it's rock solid. This is why I love Taurus so much. My older brother's a Taurus, and any financial advice he's ever given me in my life, I follow. Because earth signs, you're going to listen to an earth sign when it comes to finances. It's just what you do. Total worldly success, money, women, fame, and a total fuck up, Tiger Woods. I could go on a rant on Tiger. That boy was doing it for a minute. That boy was doing it. Bro, I need structure, which is why I smoke like a chimney. Got to find that balance, man. Then that's probably your one of your like to-dos on your to-do list, on your life contract here. Then, because a Libra, you got to have balance. You have to. I remember George Bush talking about 1,000 points of light, but I can never pinpoint his meaning. Did you get it? Share with the class. Uh-oh, Wedge says, ouch, spot on, brother. Taurus make good old lineman, protector of the QB. Yeah. Yep. And I would be really curious to find that out. Joe Tooney, when's his birthday? I'd be real curious. I'd be curious if there was a huge database of like how many offensive linemen in the NFL have been Taurus. It's going to be a shit ton of them because there's like a mindset to it too. There is. The fucking offensive linemen are possessive and protective of their quarterbacks. That's a mentality. That's not just it's more than just competitive drive. It's more than just my role on this team. It's a mentality of like, you're not going to touch this quarterback. I love this guy. You're going to have to fucking go through me. And it's going to be hell to get through me to get to. I wonder. I bet you it's a lot. Create my sun, Mercury, and Mars is in Leo. So if you got 3 planets in one sign, I have to see your birth chart. If they all fall in one house, it's called a stellium. Like I have 4 planets in my 10th house, and my 10th house is split between Pisces and Aries. But I have 4: Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus. And my Mercury and Venus are 1 degree apart. It's crazy. It's fucking nuts. But that's a lot of energy. And tell me, do you know what house that's in, Create? That's a lot of energy. If you have 3 planets sitting on one side, that is a lot of energy. Romy, what's up, bro? He's got a joke for us. You know how long? Wait, you know how you know a guy masturbates a lot? Look at his hand real close, and you'll see a ring on his finger. Oh! Oh! Romy, how you doing, brother? Thank you for joining, man. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. That boy just rolled another one 2 days ago. Oh, you guys looked it up. Nice. Tooney's a Scorpio. Okay, so he's not a Taurus. I would be interested in his because usually that's what happens, right? So when you get into the world of astrology, everybody works off sun signs. That's usually the go-to because everybody knows that one. But it's not the most important part of someone's birth chart. The sun sign, it's not. The moon sign is probably the most important because the moon actually controls, or I should say, contributes to how your mind thinks, how your mind reacts to the world. So, for instance, here's a good way of saying it. So if I talk to one of your guys' coworkers and I say, hey, can you tell me about Wedge? When they describe you, they're most likely going to describe the moon sign because that's what they see when you're at work and you're interacting with people and you're doing your thing and you're interacting with coworkers and blah, blah, blah. That's your moon sign. Like your sun sign's your soul. That's like the deepest you. Now, if I asked your wife, hey, can you describe Wedge for me? She's going to tell me your sun sign because she knows the deeper you. It's fascinating. But so somebody with a sun sign could have a heavy influence in the moon. So I have to do a whole damn breakdown on Joe too, because he won Protector of the Year. To me, that's like Taurus of the Year. But a Scorpio, that's bad. That's a bad rap. If any of you guys ever came across a Scorpio, you would fucking know it. Unfortunately, Scorpios get the bad They have the worst reputation in all of the zodiac. Scorpios, petty. They can hold grudges forever. They'll cut you out of their life and not talk to you the rest of their life. And you know how much energy that expels for you to do that? It costs a lot of energy to do that. But they'll do it. They could be a bit manipulative, very secretive, highly promiscuous. That's mainly why they get the bad rap. Both the men and the females, Scorpios, highly promiscuous. Can't keep it in their pants. Don't try to tie down a Scorpio. It's not going to happen. Either that or you'd have to have one wonderful mangina to lock them down. Probably wouldn't matter. It's tough. It's tough to get a Scorpio to settle down. Super emotional. They're super emotional. They cry all the time. They cry just as much as cancers do. Cancers cry a lot. Yeah, Tiger Woods accident a few days ago. I tell you what. So all right, I'll go on the baby rant with Tiger. You notice when Tiger was golfing his best shit back when he was dominating, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, dominating. Okay, he was revolutionizing the game of golf. What was going on in his personal life? He was banging a lot of broads. Hotties. Status quo 10s. Running through them like he was fucking Wilt Chamberlain. Running through them. But he was married and had kids, so, you shouldn't be doing that. But all that excitement and all that promiscuity, that boy was golfing his ass off. And then the second that shit caught up to him and his wife busted him, what happened? He sucked at golf, didn't he? Now, granted, I know he had a little back thing, his back, but I bet you his back was bothering him too when he was fucking throwing out fucking all those strippers' backs. Okay? But his back was bothering him then too, but it didn't matter. But the second he got found out and he had to change that whole lifestyle, he sucks at golf. Moon sign, Cancer. The third house. Moon. Do you have siblings? Cancer in the third house. Moon, Cancer, third house. Do you have siblings? And how's your relationship with your siblings if you do have them? Sun sign, Leo, fourth house. Okay. All right. So all those 4 planets, they're actually in different houses. I would need to look at their degrees too to see how tight they are. Romy is a Libra too. We got 2 Libras in the house. Big Mike's a Libra too. And he already knows about his sign. He's balanced. Are you balanced, Romy? Do you have balance in your life? It's very important for a Libra to have balance in their life. Otherwise, again, or they'll go crazy. They need balance. That's when a Libra will be most at peace. When everything is perfectly balanced and everything's good, nothing's too high, nothing's too low. That's where they find their zen. I don't know what any of this means. It's all right. You got me around. I'll tell you all about it. I wonder if when he finished with a model, he would yell, hole in one. That would be funny. I'm like thinking, I'm trying to think of a one-liner that he would actually say. But but that'd be funny as hell. The bitch he was with would probably be like, what'd you just say? You heard me. He says, fuck, I'm a social butterfly with a sense of style. That's pretty much what my family will tell you. Yeah, Libra will definitely be the air signs. All the air signs, great communicators. it's kind of their thing. If you think about like the elements of what they are, it kind of does give you a cool little breakdown of what their personality is like, and then how it interacts with the other elements in the charts. It's fucking awesome. So like air signs, right? Long-winded sons of bitches. Y'all can talk and talk and talk and talk. The best at it, actually, the best communicators. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Great talkers. People like you because they like talkers. People like talkers, especially people who are good at it. So Libras could do that kind of stuff. However, if you like, what's your wife? That's none of your fucking business, because I could maybe tell you a little bit about your marriage without even knowing your marriage at all by what's her sign. Because if you're air, if she's an air sign as well, then yeah, you guys are probably breezy. You guys are great. But if she's fire, you guys have your moments. If she's water, again, everything's probably pretty cool. And if she's an earth sign, she's probably a little too stubborn. More stubborn than what you would like. But if she's fire, because in nature, what does air do to fire, right? Makes it worse. So if your wife's a fire sign, say she's already irritated, you could literally walk in the room and go, "Hey, babe, what's for dinner?" Boom! You fucking ask me one more time what's for fucking dinner. But hopefully, maybe you didn't marry a fire sign. I'm only between mom and dad and step siblings. Okay, step siblings count in the astrology world. Step siblings count. How do you know? Third house, etc. AS2. I know. All I know is I'm a Libra. Third house is the house of the house of siblings and your relationship with them. I mean, it's other things as well, but it's mainly that. And that special placement that I read earlier in the third house could have meant a rift with siblings a little bit. So I was just curious to see if the data matched what I understood of that layout in the third house. So I asked, did you have siblings and what's your relationship like with them? So you do. And step siblings, they do count in astrology. Ironically. No, unironically. And I have a really bad situation with one sibling, but the rest are fine. Okay. All right. So it does kind of match. Yep. Romy. Big Mike's, you're with me, Romy. 2 Libras in the house. That's why you guys come in here in the chat and do so good. Oh, Virgo. You lucked out. Virgos are good people. I love me some Virgos. For some reason, the universe has placed Virgos in my life all the time. Like pillars. We're talking pillars in my life. My cousin, my co-host, Virgo. My boss at work, who we're pretty tight, Virgo. One of my very good friends who runs my record label with me, the drummer in my band, the guy I do the radio show with, Virgo. God, for some reason, the universe or God is like, you need a Virgo in your life. Virgos are super neat and tidy, organized. Okay. They could be a little judgy. They're a little bit judgy, but that's okay. They mean well. They do. Virgos hate stupid. If there's something that pisses a Virgo off, it's stupid. Not what they perceive to be stupid, like genuine stupidity. They hate it. It drives them bonkers. They'll go on a fucking tangent about somebody being fucking retarded or stupid. Super neat and tidy. Virgos can also be the men anyways. I'm not sure about the women. Workaholics, like in a bad way. Like their fucking bosses usually have to tell them, "Hey, guess what? You're on vacation next week because you need a vacation. Go fucking take some time off." That's how much they work. It's nuts. They would work 7 days a week if it was legal. What else? Oh, punctual. Did I say neat and organized? But like crazy, but like OCD clean and tidy. Like OCD about it. You could pretty much eat off of a Virgo's floor. Houses and cusps. Well, cusps are just like that, just that 1 degree of separation between each house. But the houses all have, whew, they all have their things about them. Like first house is your brain, your face, your head, your self identity. It's basically just like about you and your shell. Usually people with a lot of energy in the first house, man, always trimmed up. Fucking beard looks perfect. Hair is perfect. If it's a woman, hair beautiful, makeup always done. They won't leave the house without getting all dialed up. Nice clothes, nice shoes. They go out in the world and they put up a beautiful bravado. A lot of energy in the first house. I have like no energy in the first house whatsoever. I don't care. I'll walk out of my house looking like I'm homeless. Like I don't care. Um, Virgo in the 5th house. The only Virgo sign in it. So yeah, there's no planets in that house. So that's kind of a thing too. And that's it's so great about astrology. So, anyways, that wheel is always spinning. So like signs have houses that they rule, but as time moves and as the chart is always moving, it can be ruling another house, which isn't its house. It's the goofiest thing. So like Virgo is not the ruler of the 5th house. Actually, let me ask. What sign rules the 5th house? It's Leo. Leo rules the 5th house. So all that stuff starts to shift and it matters. And then again, degrees matter, and it's a whole damn thing. But yeah, birth charts. I'll charge $200. It's gonna take me 2 weeks, but you'll get a whole fucking it's a whole fucking thing. You'll be reading for 3 days, the whole fucking report. Your wife is not neat and tidy, but she does hang with the boys and she gets it. Then her moon is somewhere else then. Probably again another water sign. Like totally like too cool for school, chill. Cause yeah, Virgo's again like bona fide, a lot of energy in Virgo. They give a shit. Don't touch that fucking napkin. I put that to line up to the edge of the table so the edges are parallel. And yeah, they're like that. But if she's not like that, then yeah, she's probably got a moon and water sign. Would be my guess. Because if she had a moon and fire sign, then it would be that neat and tidy, but angry about it at the same time. Again, like the yelling I just did. Hey, I don't fucking move that. I have these magazines lined up perfectly. Fire sign, you'll get a version like that. But water sign, you'd be more like, I'll vacuum tomorrow. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to get right on the laundry. The laundry will be there tomorrow. House 1 and 2 for me are Gemini. It must be straddling. Yeah. Must be straddling the houses. The 5th, the house of pleasures, baby. Well, so that's a little Virgo energy there too. That's a little Virgo energy there, being a detective. All right, create. Yeah, you headed to bed. Me too. We're 9 minutes past 2 hours, but wrapping up these comments. Create. We'll talk soon. You don't forget, you can always DM me with anything, man. You got links to show me stuff. DM me on Twitter. And then whenever you get that room together, brother, you know, you got a home. You got a home here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for showing up. The chat, it flew by. This was great. Tomorrow, everything Bears. Tomorrow morning, early afternoon. No, not afternoon. In the morning. 10 Eastern, 11 Eastern. I've been doing the show for like 6-7 months now, and I don't know what time we go on Sunday mornings. But you guys have a good night. If you guys want to hear about Bears tomorrow, we'll be on in the morning, me and the Wedge. But until then, you guys have been great. And until next time, peace out.